I can't remember the last time I binged, and I honestly wasn't thinking it would work.
So tell me, how often were you binging before we started working together?
It was a every couple of days sort of thing. But if it wasn't that, it was every weekend for quite a while.
How did it impact your life? How did it make you feel?
Oh, it impacted it in every way. I felt self-conscious. It just made me feel sick all the time. And when you feel sick, it's just, you just don't want to do anything else. I became a bit of a hermit as well. So all good things.
Yeah. And it was affecting your health a lot as well, and just really impacted so many areas of your life strongly.
Yeah, it did. And I have a couple of health issues as well, so it really just made everything so much worse. And yeah.
Amplified it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. And how many years was the binging going on?
Probably for about 2 years, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would occasionally get 3 weeks without it, and that would be really exciting. And then I would just end up in the same place.
Yeah, like I'm cured.
Yeah, exactly.
How did I even binge before? This is me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then boom, right?
Yeah, surprise.
Yes.
Happen again, and you'd end up in that cycle of feeling terrible. So.
Did you know what was happening? Did you think you could stop binge eating? Tell me a bit about that.
I guess I just felt stuck with it. I made me not think about my future, because whenever I did, I would think of it negatively, and like I wasn't able to do the things I wanted to because of it. Whenever, friends would want to hang out with me spontaneously, if I had been binge eating, I would feel sick and terrible, and I couldn't do it. And so I hated that part. Yeah.
Then I met you and we started working together. In the beginning when we first started, were you a little bit apprehensive? Like, is this going to work? Like, how were you feeling just in the beginning when we did start working together?
To be honest, I wasn't really sure. I've tried other things and they haven't worked, and it was just why not? This could be what will help. But I wasn't too optimistic, I guess. But yeah, then we started and it was a big surprise.
And so we've now finished your coaching program. How are you feeling?
Amazing. I just feel content and happy. I can't remember the last time I binged, and I honestly wasn't thinking it would work. But then it was just investing in myself enough and working with the right person.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just able to focus on everything else that's going on, which it's always been my main focus was food. It's all I would think about. And now I'm like building more relationships and hanging out with people and actually being there mentally as well. So really nice.
Yeah, whereas before you had mentioned in the past that you would be so just preoccupied with food. Tell me what that was like. Like, for example, you said when you used to go camping, you couldn't enjoy it.
I'd go camping with friends or family, and there would be food in the middle, and it's kind of just all I would be thinking about was the food that was there, and I wouldn't be listening to the conversations that were happening with my loved ones and everything. And yeah, it's just a really terrible way to live your life.
What about your health issues? You mentioned it was exacerbating them. So now that you've beat the binge eating, tell me about that.
It was making them so much worse. With all of the things like my health issues, digestion, I just have really bad gut health. Binge eating doesn't really work very well with that, if anything. So I'm really able to focus on that now and not have this other thing dragging me down further, and honestly making it impossible for me to improve on my health issues. So it's just a nice thing to take off my shoulders and eliminate from it.
Yeah. And are there any other areas that you think that you also were able to, like, is there anything else from the program you feel like you got? Like, obviously, you beat the binge eating and you got that out of it, and there were effects in your life because of that, like your health. But do you think there were other things that you perhaps got out of the program additionally?
Definitely. I am not someone who I guess I tend to hide my emotions or internalize them, and always have. I don't express them to anyone or talk to people about it, but I'm able to recognize it more with myself now and actually listen to what's going on and know when to speak to other people and when to, self-care and just, know what's happening with myself, which I've never done.
Around you mentioned like that you're seeming different or anything like that?
Yeah, some of my closest friends, my sister-in-law, they've all mentioned things like I'm actually more alive, just happier. And I guess happier is the word that people tend to have been using.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
That's so inspiring. And obviously there was a financial investment to working with me.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody else, kind of like, oh, it's a risk, I don't know if it will work? Would you say that it was worth it, or that it worked, or what would you say to them?
No, I would definitely say it's worth it. I definitely questioned it at the start and it was scary, just because it is an investment, but it's an investment in yourself. And honestly, I would have paid anything to not be like that anymore, because what was the point? I just felt terrible all the time. So it was definitely worth it.